We're here today at the beautiful campus of University of California, San Francisco to meet Accurexa and talk about their branch point device. Accurexa is a biotechnology company focused on deploying and commercializing novel neurological therapies based on the proprietary branch point device. We have their president and CEO, George Yu, along with the inventor of the product, Dr. Daniel Lim, MD, PhD. Guys, welcome.
Thank you.
George, tell us a little bit about the background of Accurexa and how you guys came to be.
Yeah, so Accurexa licensed the branch point device a year ago. The history there was that I initially knew the business development officer at the California Stem Cell Agency, and I asked her if she knew anything that they funded that was really interesting, and she told me I should talk to Dan Lim. So that's how we had our first initial meeting at UCSF. I was very excited about the device. It also became clear that the device was mostly funded already by the California Stem Cell Agency and was mostly ready to be filed for a 510(k) with the FDA.
Dr. Lim, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into neuroscience and stem cell research along with that.
Yes, I'm a neurosurgeon here at the University of California, San Francisco, and I became interested in stem cells way back in 1996. Because around that time, it was just discovered that the human brain has stem cells, and I became fascinated with the idea that we might be able to repair the damage that occurs in disease or injury.
Dr. Lim, please tell us a little bit about how you developed the branch point device. What were your initial thoughts on it, and who helped you along the way through the early stages?
I had the opportunity to participate in a clinical trial back in 2009 here at UC San Francisco, and in that trial, we actually did implant stem cells into the brains of children who lack a certain type of cell. And it was around that time that I realized that the technology used to perform the surgery was quite old, and there are some very straightforward ways that we could bring it up to the modern era by incorporating new imaging systems and new materials.
As a neurosurgeon, what do you see the future of this device being, and what potential other applications are there?
The branch point device was originally developed to deliver stem cell-based therapies into the brains of patients who have, say, Parkinson's disease, or perhaps in the future, Alzheimer's disease. But some more immediate applications would be the treatment of disorders such as brain tumors. Brain tumors are a very invasive disease. The cells migrate extensively out throughout the brain, and a device that can deliver chemotherapy more effectively to these larger targets would probably help extend the quality of life for these patients.
As you've been talking to other doctors out there and demonstrating this product, what's been some of the feedback you've gotten on the uses and execution for this?
Oh, I've had a wide range of responses from my colleagues. Some have said, why didn't I think of that, because it is pretty straightforward. Other people have said that they wanted to use it in their upcoming clinical trials, and there's others who are conducting clinical trials who wish they could use it right now.
George, as you've talked to the street about your product and solution and offering, what's been their feedback about it?
Yeah, so Accurexa licensed the branch point device from UCSF last year, and since then we've been very focused on getting ready to file a 510(k), which we actually did about 2 weeks ago. And we also closed a equity financing in the amount of $2.25 million. Our plan to use those funds is to focus on continued product development. The first step is to ensure that we can appropriately deliver the chemotherapy drug for brain cancer treatment, what's called a reformulation, basically combining it with substances or polymers that allows us to deliver or slowly release the drug at the tumor site. And then the second use of the fund is to, once we have a reformulation, to start a first human clinical trial.
On the heels of that funding round, can you tell us about the 510(k) that was recently filed?
Yes, we recently filed a 510(k) for the branch point device. So we're in the stage right now where we're waiting for to hear back from the FDA, and then we'll have to see what the FDA is asking us, and maybe we'll have to do more work, maybe we won't. And then once we're at the stage where we could potentially get approved, then we're planning to commercialize the device. We could do it either on our own, sell it to stem cell companies and stem cell researchers in the field. We could also look for a commercial partner and help us to commercialize the device.
Dr. Lim, are there any limitations to the scale and reach that this device can achieve?
Of course, with any new technology, there's limitations. I think the future is that this technology that we developed will be improved so that the hurdles that we encounter will be overcome with the newer versions of our device.
Dr. Lim, George, thank you so much for coming on the show today. It was a real pleasure. We loved hearing about this and look forward to hearing more about this in the future as you guys continue to develop. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
For more on Accurexa and their branch point device, please visit accurexa.com.